Oh dear. All right, welcome everybody. There we go. We got it. Wow, welcome to another green day. It looks like things were actually substantially higher first thing this morning. This is why I feel bad, like if I were day trading, because things just go up and down in such a volatile way. Crazy. Things were so much higher like 30 minutes ago. So it's such a crazy zigzag. But this is really interesting because we're kind of starting to see what potentially we were expecting, around March 23rd to March 25th, where we started mentioning, hey, as soon as we see that curve start kind of turning a little bit, the market's going to freak out in a positive way. And that's a little bit what we're seeing now is a lot of that sort of international optimism. On top of that, we've got the Treasury Department pushing another $200 billion now, while trying to get that approved at least for small businesses. Nancy Pelosi and Donald Trump are both talking about a bunch of extra money coming out in the form of possible extra new stimulus plans. So absolutely unbelievable the amount of push we're getting to solve this. And I think that's sort of the reaction we're seeing in the market now. So obviously what we're going to do today is we're going to do some gut checks. We'll do some deal analysis on real estate, but wanted to kind of comment on that. Are we going to see, and this is a big question I'm getting a lot now, are we going to see another big dip? This is kind of where we start feeling like, oh crap, should we just buy now because it's going to go up again, or it's going to keep going up? I have to say, we've got to maintain that buy on red day rule. That's just a personal belief of mine, just because I talk about this in the money program. But I think it really messes with our psyche if we start buying on green days. It really allows us to buy on those days we shouldn't be buying on. So, okay, what I'm going to do as well, by the way, is I created a section. Some of you have already posted in it in the Discord for stimulus-related questions. It's just under the Meet Kevin General section there. Looks like 5 or 6 of you have already posted comments. I just posted that a little bit ago. So if you have questions about the Paycheck Protection Program, the $10,000 grant, or the EIDL disaster loan / grant, or unemployment or stimulus, post them in that general section in Discord. I'll be including answers to those in a larger video that I'm posting within the next couple hours here. So stay tuned for that. What happened to the market data spreadsheet? Sorry, I'm gonna do Q&A, but I just saw that out of my the corner of my eye. It should be up. I know last week, yeah, it's still up. You could see it under the news alerts. It's the latest post. Last week, I accidentally put a link in that was editable by folks. So somebody deleted everything and said invest in Cardone Capital, which I have to applaud Grant for joining my Discord and doing that. But okay, but yeah, it's still there. You could view it, you could download it, and nobody can make changes to it now. But I'm gonna be updating that soon too. Really, this is FYI, the big data that we want. What I'm gonna ask is I want to see the snapshot of basically, yeah, maybe today might be the day to run the data. I was thinking the first week of April, and we're kind of there now. But think about the snapshot we want. Let me explain this. And then we'll look at real estate deals here, because this is really important for knowing what's going on in the market. Brandon, yeah. Okay, here's the scoop. When we have data that I referred to in the spreadsheet we had, let's see, what did we have? We had March data. We had 2 segments of sort of March data. We had March data that looked at March 1st to about the 26th. And then we did another sort of data check that looked from March 1st to about March 15th. I'm sorry. We went the other way. That looked from March 15th to the 26th. Something like that is kind of what we looked at. And what we wanted to do was sort of compare this total section to the end section, the last section, to see if we started noticing a change. The problem with this data set, though, is it's really going to refer back to properties that went into escrow probably late January, early Feb. So let's just say early Feb. And this isn't really the data we want. The data we really want is we want to know, how has the market changed in March? In order to get an idea as to how the market changed in March, we kind of have to look forward into April. And now that we have April 1st to April 7th, essentially at the end of today, we'll have April 7th. I might just run the numbers tomorrow then. April 1st to April 7th available. Now that we have this data available, and we even have like the 31st and 30th of March, we'll be able to start seeing more deals that potentially canceled. We'll start seeing less transactional volume. And what we're really looking for is to see if median prices have evolved at all. If median prices in this April 1st to April 7th section start going down, then that's a sign that at the beginning of March, before things were actually really, really crazy, if we start seeing a decline here, then we could start expecting more of a decline here. I personally, and this is just a total guess, but I'm not expecting to see a large difference. I think real estate's very resilient, so I think we'll be relatively okay with our data for now. If this if this flattening the curve thing happens now, and by May and June this is done, I don't think real estate's going to see much of a hit at all because we've been insulated by interest rates going down. It's really only if this keeps going past August that I expect to see larger issues. Now, I understand there's a lot of unemployment, but my concern for real estate values is really only if we're going to start seeing a bunch of short sales and foreclosures. And if this ends sooner, I just don't see that happening. All right, let's see if we got any escrows today. So remember, go in that stimulus section. If you have questions, seriously, post them there and don't wait, because as soon as this live stream's over, I'm going to go in there and write them down on my sheet and finishing up the video. So looking for, okay, we posted that one on the wrong spot. Good doc. So good doc. I'm moving yours. Good doc, moving yours to gut check section above. So I'm just gonna put that kind of in order. All right. So let's go ahead and do a gut check, and then let's do some Q&A. Wow. You guys have posted a lot. All right, let's do some. Let's see. Do we got the right buttons on? All right. I labeled these buttons now, so this is good. Oh, I got to turn the camera on. That's funny. I got another camera over there, and it won't let me share the screen over here unless that camera's on. It's funky, but that's all right. Okay, there we go. So that should work. There we go. All right, there we go. We are on Discord. Perfect. So we'll do a gut check on this. Adjacent to a railroad. Why? Why are we starting with that? I mean, that's the first rule there. Stay away from that. I mean, look, it depends how crazy the railroad is, but it's cash only. Septic was condemned by the health department. Oh, the building is on the property line, so tear down and rebuild would be difficult. Great. Connecting the sewer is not an option. May be able to obtain an easement to place septic on a neighboring property. Why? Why would you have to put septic on the other property? Can't you put septic on yours? Mostly cosmetic issues. Are you kidding me? No, I understand replacing the septic isn't that big of a deal, but you got more issues than just cosmetic issues. Let's see what we're really dealing with here. $39,000. Why are you gonna? Why? Why are you gonna go through all this work for a property that's $39,000? I don't understand. It's outside Indianapolis. It's okay. Well, it's not right next to. How busy is that railroad? Because if this is like a Metrolink or something like that, forget about it. I mean, it goes right to. Let's see if we can follow it. I mean, there are websites for this. I've actually linked them at the top of Discord, but for right now, let's just do this. So sometimes you can. Oh, it doesn't even want to come up. Okay, well, do I see the railroad over here anywhere? Where's the railroad? I don't see the railroad. Google Maps doesn't want to show it. Whatever. Anyway, see how busy that railroad is. We're just doing a quick gut check. The problem that I have is I don't understand how much could this possibly sell for? I'm just going to pop open your comps. Okay, you didn't put comps. Okay, let's just do a quick look. What are things selling for in the neighborhood here? This is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath for 900 square feet. Let's do a quick look and just find anything that's under 1,000 square feet. So let's go 1,000 square feet. What do we got? Okay. Remove boundary. I really want things around here. Around that railroad would be nice, but I might be asking for too much. Man, Zillow sucks. No matches found. Or there are just no matches over there. That's funny. There are no small ones there. What is this? That's just a lot. And no comps. There's nothing I can do for you. Okay, here we go. 900 square feet, $125,000. Okay, so here's a comp of a little bit away that was a third of an acre that sold for $165,000. It's a little bit away. We're just doing a quick gut check here, so we're not going to go super detailed on the hunt for the comps here. But you've got a property that the other place has a third of an acre, which is like 15-ish thousand square feet, like 14,000. You've got a 6,500 square foot lot. You're basically a zero lot line lot, so you're getting punished on the lot. This is what a zero lot line, well, almost zero lot line looks like when you're right on it. You got to do septic. You're going to spend what, 30 grand fixing the place up. So you think, okay, you buy it for 40, or you buy it for 35, you negotiate 30, whatever. You put 30, 35 into it. You got a place for $60,000 to $70,000. Maybe it's worth 100. Okay, I mean, I get the play. It just seems like a lot of work for a property that's not worth a lot. Maybe. I think maybe depending on that railroad, it'd be a consideration. I'm not jazzed about all of the kind of yeah buts that you have. Railroad, not excited about that. You've got basically a legal non-conforming property, which means you couldn't rebuild it if it burned down. Some of those things are scary. I don't know. I don't like that long term. Okay, let's keep moving on. Would love it if you could, let's do one more here and then we'll do some Q&A in the chat. All right, let's close that down. Would love if you could review this house under contract. Oh, you have it under contract. You should post under contract then. Okay, so we'll look at yours. So it's $70,000, big rental market. There are 2 homes for sale in the neighborhood going for 170 to 190. We think ours could be between 150 to 170. Rent for homes in this area is between 1,000 to 1,500. Cool. Okay. And so you think yours will go for, let's say, 1,100. All right, interesting. Big issue with the house. Garage was made into a second living room, but the floor was never made level. Common. New garage was later built illegally and has rot. Demoing the garage would solve the water issue. Yes, it would. Also, the master bath is not enclosed. What does that mean? Reno budget. Okay, we'll be hiring a contractor to do it all. Jeez, it's gonna be expensive. 60K is the starting number, I hear. All right, let's see what you're up against. So wait. Is this the place or is this a comp? This is the house. Would you get it off market? Under contract for 70K. All right, let's assume. I mean, this place sold for $107,000 in 2018, and now they're reselling it. Okay, interesting. All right, so you've got some cosmetic issues. This is the 2018 listing. So assuming it's the same thing. I wish I could have seen a picture of the master. Wow. Talk about water issues. This is gnarly. Yeah, I mean, if you have an illegal garage, I don't know that I would pay much to demo it. I would have like a landscape crew come in and just destroy it, get rid of that, normalize the original garage, and just bring the place back to what it's supposed to be. That's what I'd be a lot more tempted to do, especially if this is a rental area. You're going to be up against other normalized rental properties. So given that the garage is illegal, I'm assuming the square footage is not included. But it's possible if they converted the garage legally, which it sounds like they didn't. I don't believe you said they did. Then okay, you might have an actual 1,900 square feet here. So you've got a couple comps here. Not so worried about your rent comps, more worried about protecting you on the purchase here. Okay, so you've got a 3 and 2, 1829 square feet, kind of basic. Not like the greatest remodel. 1978. What's the lot size on this guy? Lot size is lot, no data. All right, whatever. Let's do this. Here's how we measure the lot. Okay, looks normal. Looks 7,000 or 8,000 square feet. All right, 3 and 2 here, 178 as a comp. So this one sold for 180. So we got a 190 and 178 comp, 3 and 2. See, these are all normalized 3 and 2s. None of these are funky. The renos are slightly dated on these, but they don't have that funk factor. Yeah, 8,700 square foot lot. This is very normal. What's yours? 8,700 square foot lot. Perfect. So you've actually got good comps. And this one, well, this one's for sale at 178. Oh, both of these are for sale. They're not even comps. Crap. That's not good. You can't use for sales as comps. Crap. Here I am thinking they were pending or sold. All right, let's zoom in and see if we, because you're in escrow, let's zoom in and figure this out. This is a Belvoir, whatever. Here we go. Okay, Belvoir. Here we go. And let's draw a circle around this kind of neighborhood here. Marvin Haas might separate a different neighborhood. Okay. All right, what do we got? 141. These numbers look smaller. Let's see. Sale data is like not existent around here. Oh, wait, I forgot. I have my 1,000 square foot filter on. No wonder I'm like, I am definitely missing comps here. So, okay, good. Good. This is good. Here's a sold. And let's grab these solds. Ooh, there's a low one. Okay, let me tell you this one first. Here's a warning for you. If they included that garage conversion in your square footage, it means that your square footage might be closer to 1,300, which means you might be thinking you have a $170,000 property, but here's a comp at 122. So that square footage, the top priority you have right now is making sure you're not getting ripped off on the square footage. The actual legal square footage of that property, you got to get to the bottom of. Because I can't do it. You got to go to the city and figure it out, or call them, or look at the city records online, or whatever you got to do. You got to figure out the actual legal square footage of that, which your appraiser is going to measure. But you also want to know what's legal. And honestly, if you measure it, you'll get an idea. Like, okay, what's the main house's square footage? By the way, the 3D tours, they will measure the properties for you. They'll tell you the total square footage. So if you had like an Insta360, it'll actually measure the square footage for you. It's a little smaller when you do it with the 3D tour, though, because they only measure from the inside of the walls. And square footage on houses is measured from the outside walls. Anyway, 150,000. See, this one's closer to yours in square footage. It's a sold comp. It's got a larger lot. And it's still a little dated. Okay, that's good. Actually, it's dated. This is good. This is a good comp then. If this is $150,000 from September, and if yours is around 1,800 square feet legal, you normalize that garage, you get rid of the second garage that's rotten, and you have a place that's 1,800 square feet, and this place is dated, sold for 150. Well, in this case, so far, it looks like if you're under contract for 70 grand, you're getting a good deal. I mean, you're getting substantially compensated because you have to demo a garage and revert a converted garage back to normal. That's not that big of a deal. Because think about it. Converting a normal garage back to normal is just basically tearing all the crap out they put in, like the carpet and the illegal light fixtures or whatever. Or if they put a little kitchenette in, get rid of that. Demoing the back thing's a joke. It's mostly hauling. So most of what you're doing to normalize here is demo. And you're getting a property probably somewhere around, yeah, I'd actually agree with you, $90,000 below market value, $100,000 below market value. I don't actually know that you have to spend $60K on the property, though. So if you're paying 70, we got a value of maybe, okay, yeah, 180. I could see that. 170 to be safe. Oh, what's this? Oh, look at this. A really recent sale. Oh, this is really good. But that's built in 2016. I can't use that. And that actually gives me a lid. So 190. Let's put you at 170 as a fair market value on resale if you had to resell this thing after cleaning it up nicely. So if you got a fair market going out at 170, yeah, okay, that's kind of in line with what you thought, 150 to 170. Okay, maybe I'm a little generous here. Your rental budget is 60. That's the only thing I'm concerned about is why are you spending $60,000 on a property? Like, this is not a $500,000 property, right? I don't like to spend $60,000. Y'all still here, right? Hold on. I just want to make sure. I haven't seen chatting in a little bit. So I don't know that I want to spend $60,000. See, like me, I would paint these cabinets, do the floor, paint the inside, do some light fixtures. Honestly, there are times, thank you. I got a chat here. I don't even know that I would want to run through here and start replacing like door handles and things like that because it's renting in the level 1 renovation category. If you're not already bundled up, join the property management group. But this is a classic level 1 reno. I don't know that I could see myself spending $60K. Maybe what you could do is go under deal analysis escrow and post what you're actually thinking about doing to the property. But to me, It seems like 60 seems high, especially if that's your first volley and you're in escrow right now. You're going to end up spending 80 and you're literally just going to blow your whole wedge on contracting in live today for deal analysis. All right, let's do some Q&A now. All right, what do we got? Cool. Thank you. So, all right, Kevin, wanted your opinion on investing in real estate in Lakeland, Florida. I don't know anything about Lakeland, Florida. Let's do a quick little Google here. Google Lakeland, Florida. I don't like super small populations. What's the population? Okay, good. 100,000, and it's growing. This is a good curve. This is a really good curve. Let me show you this. This is nice. Look at that. Look at this, from 71,000 to 106,017. That's good. Why is this coming up though? Is Lakeland, Florida dangerous? Why? Why are people asking that? Lakeland, Florida poverty rate. Let's see. Good growth though. 17%. That's not horrible. I mean, it's not on the better side. You know, like Vegas 14%, LA's 14%. It's a little elevated, but it's under 20%. So I feel better about that. Yeah, okay, cool. What else we got? All right. Thinking about using stimulus money to buy oil stock. Why? Why would you buy oil stock? I will never buy commodities. Sorry. Yeah, anything is a better option than buying commodities, in my opinion. Use American Home Shield, but looking to switch. What's your take on warranties? I mean, if you have more than one property, I don't recommend warranties. If you've set aside a $200 reserve for a while, I don't recommend the warranties either. If you're a brand new owner, your first year of a deal, fine, but I usually let them expire. I would be interested in more detailed breakdown on how you analyze stocks in 10Ks. Oh, good. Well, thank you for that. Yeah, I was actually reading deltas yesterday. Morning. Do you think we're in a bear trap? I think I kind of alluded to or kind of mentioned what I thought at the beginning of the live stream was happening with the market, consistent with sort of what I was expecting we would see happen. What's the market doing now? Volatility's down. So I got CNBC up right here. Tesla's up 38 points. Facebook's flat. Boring. What's that? Carnival's up 20% right now. Wow. That's crazy. You got the little ticker symbol. All right. Would you advise me do? Okay, hold on. Okay, so Daniel says, my goal is to find my first deal and close in a year. I have 120K liquid, an additional 60, which I don't want to touch for emergencies. You're really well insulated. I mean, you're in a good spot to go buy. That's good. And it depends on your income. You know, if you're out of work right now, you know, maybe you're not as insulated. Dow's up 3%. Okay. So I see the stock market and do see this moment as an opportunity to buy some oversold positions. I feel that way too. I'm not going to buy. I didn't buy yesterday. I'm not going to buy today because that's my rule. I'm not going to buy on green days. But yeah, there's a good chance we're going to need some bad news to actually see this stuff go down. If unemployment sets some new records beyond what we're already expecting to be set. Even so, the drunk market going green the last 2 days makes no sense to me. I mean, it makes sense to me because it's basically what you said, right? You said that you're thinking a lot of things are oversold. Well, the market agrees with you. That's why you're seeing things go green. What do you think about the current stock market? Okay, well, we kind of answered that. Would you separate some cash for stock real estate? I mean, yeah, I mean, if I had 100, if you had 60 in an emergency fund and 120 ready to go for real estate, I think the big question I'd have is, are you going to own or occupy a home, and how much do homes go for in your area? Because you could put 5% down on a house right now if you find a good deal, and you don't need a whole $120,000. You know, you need 20 for fix up and 20 for your down payment and closing costs. You got 80K left plus your other 60. Go on the next red day, dump 80K in. Maybe I shouldn't say that, because what I recommend in the money program is that you trickle. When you get, anytime there's a red day, you put a little in. So like you want to put 80 in the market. All right, red day number 1, put in 10. Red day number 2, put in 10. Red day number 3, put in 10. Usually the way I do it, at least. That way you're not super exposed with just like one big lump bet. Because that could really go either way on you, and I'd like to separate that out. It also helps your psyche a lot. No, wedge deals are not getting harder to find. They're plenty. I just started the Wire course yesterday. Oh, awesome. You know, every state has different real estate schools. I recommend talking to local agents and seeing kind of what people recommend for you. Appreciate you, Daniel. What's up, Tommy? Welcome back. I've heard you mention Quickset locks. What's the brand you like? Yes. Yeah. A lot of the like whole safety concerns and stuff, I think, have been repaired. I've tried to pick Quickset locks. I've only been able to pick Gatehouse locks myself. Those are like the really cheap ones. And if I could pick a lock, that's bad. But Quickset's gotten pretty good. I have not gotten through a Quickset. Lender said I can't close on a house until I go back to work. I was furloughed without pay until April 18th. Should I open a new credit card or let it ride? Don't open a new credit card if you're in escrow. No. Why? What is motivating you to do that? Yes, the Insta360R. Oh, sorry. I don't know. Actually, oh crap, I forgot to get the mail yesterday. I'll get the mail after this. Remember, go in the stimulus thing though and leave me your questions. I gotta get the mail. What do you suggest for black mold? Yes. I mean, I'm pretty sure we've talked about mold at length in both the investing and the management course. What I would say, Melanie, is if you're in the management course, post under the general manager's submit remodel question in the general manager's question section in the chat there, and then I can help you walk through that. Just post a lot of pictures and sort of the source of the leak. I've dealt with mold so much as a contractor and as an investor. Where do you buy the Behr Premium interior exterior flat edge cone gray? At Home Depot. Looking for the red bucket, of course, but can't find it. Yeah, oftentimes, you got to go in store to buy paint. All right, Lakeland is between Orlando and Tampa. Okay, cool, good. QSP and contractor price. Yeah, QSP is different because QSP is kind of like you put your bundle orders together and then you go, hey, what discounts can you give me? The Lowe's for Pros automatically does all the contract pricing for you. And that's what I want all of you guys on. No, I don't think Boris Johnson dying is going to tank the market. It would be very unfortunate and terrible. I don't know if I mentioned this. No, I don't think I mentioned this yesterday. I mentioned this to Lauren and my father-in-law yesterday. When I woke up yesterday, I saw the news that he had been admitted to the hospital. And usually I'm not very jaded. Usually I'm mostly trusting of what I read. And I saw that their press release was he's in good spirits, everything's good, he's just going to the hospital under precautionary measures. And I'm thinking to myself, no one in their right mind goes to a hospital right now to be in a contaminated environment if you're healthy and in good spirits as a precaution. They're sending normal people home and they say self-quarantine. Nobody is going to the hospital if they're doing good. So, and then sure enough, he got moved to intensive care. They say he's on oxygen now, not on a ventilator yet, but that could change very, very quickly. It's very sad. Not a escrow, just for, okay. How many credit cards do you think one human should have? It becomes a burden with dealing with it, with making sure you pay them all off. So, I've personally never been a fan of index funds. I have very, very little money in index funds. I just don't want what I think is crap. I'm not saying index funds are crap. I think for most for most of us, index funds are a nice, easy way to do it. You don't have to think about it. Just buy on red days and forget about it. And I'm totally a fan of that. But there are companies within index funds that I can't stand, and I just personally don't want to own. So I create sort of what I call my own little basket of 10 to 20. That's it, 10 to 20. More than that, I may as well buy an index fund. My top 10 to 20. That's how I like it. So, okay. So ask questions on stimulus and the unemployment in that section of Discord. I got to go. I've got a few things to do, and I'll report back to you on that R. And folks, yeah, thank you very much. We will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thanks again, everybody. See you then.